to our guests. Gettr CEO Jason Miller, along with CEO and founder of FreeSpace Social, John Willis. Welcome to you, gentlemen. Jason, we begin with you. Conservatives know that there's, plenty of suppression out there still left to go around, right? The major news networks, Facebook and Google, all, they're all woke. They all suppress free speech and the free exchange of ideas. But if Twitter were to rejoin the ranks of companies that promote the American value of free speech, what does that mean for platforms like Gettr, Truth Social, Parler, that were spawned to keep free speech alive in social media?
Yeah, Chris, great question. Here's the fundamental challenge facing Elon Musk is that Twitter's shortcomings are not some technological or innovation type challenge, which is where he has really made his mark. It's a cultural problem. And I think Elon Musk is going to find out that it's easier to land a rocket ship on Mars than it is to change the culture of Twitter. This isn't about swapping out the CEO or marketing director. This is about literally stripping it down to the foundation. Every last coder or engineer who's devised their discriminating algorithm, every single moderation director who's picked winners and losers in the free speech debate. So while I'm not someone who normally bets against Elon Musk, clearly he'll take over the company. Fixing it, I don't think is possible. Now, with regard to Gettr, we've already seen a massive growth over this last 9 months, fastest ever social media platform to 5 million, half in the U.S., half outside the U.S. I think there's still a place where people are going to want to have where they can actually go for free speech, because while Musk might be setting out with great intentions, getting it done, Chris, I don't know if even the great Elon Musk can pull it off.
Well, and as stated, there's still an imbalance here in the United States. Left-wingers control media of every description, and they're fair and they're unfair, I should say, and they're biased. So if Twitter does, by some miracle, as you're describing, join the ranks of free speech again, it's still we're still outnumbered, but it's still nice. John, Musk tweeted, "I hope even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that's what free speech means." As we chronicled in the preamble there, the left wing is just going bonkers. They can no longer suppress conservative voices on Twitter. Certainly reveals who and what these left wingers are, yes?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, free speech is everything, and Elon Musk realizes just how important it is in order to have a truly free society. Unfortunately, Twitter and other big tech companies have been suppressing free speech for over a decade, and it's a power that they've enjoyed and relished in over all these years. And it's not something that they necessarily want to give up without a big fight. Now, Twitter may be giving up this fight right now, but I definitely see some help coming from the federal government in ways of the SEC or other organizations that may come in and try to stop this purchase from happening. But I think what we're seeing right now is a true trend and a tide that's changing, basically saying, hey, we're not going to allow any more suppression of speech. We're not going to allow any suppression of information flow. It's time to take things back, and Elon is leading the way.
Jason, in a recent interview, Chris Wallace called himself a victim of the demise of CNN-. Let me just put this out there for the record. I really do feel for those who are losing their gigs over at CNN, everybody except for Wallace. As for Mr. Wallace, I say, welcome to victimhood, because you, Mr. Wallace, victimized all of us by your antics during that debate that cursed us with Obama's third term and Joe Biden. What do you say to Chris Wallace, Jason?
I would say to Chris Wallace, where was he when they were shutting down the Hunter Biden laptop story? Where was Chris saying this has to be discussed? This has to be something that we talk about on the Sunday show, that we talk around the clock about on Fox. Chris was nowhere to be found because Chris fundamentally didn't believe it. I think that ultimately they'll find a role for him there at CNN, or whether it's there, MSDNC, or any of the other platforms. I would say one other quick thing, Chris, going back to the Twitter and the Elon Musk news. I do think there's a litmus test with regard to Elon Musk being able to restore free speech to Twitter. That is getting President Trump back on the platform. If Elon Musk is unable or unwilling to get President Trump back onto Twitter, then he has not fundamentally changed the culture of that company. And I'd also say, still, as it is today as it was yesterday, the fact that the Ayatollah, the Taliban, the political director for Hamas are all on Twitter, but President Trump is not. Elon Musk, now it's time to do something about it.
John, Washington Post reporter Taylor Lorenz with the full blessings of the Washington Post doxed the person behind the Twitter account Libs of TikTok. Now that woman who was doxed is getting death threats, which Twitter strangely allows. Lawrence is now claiming victimhood, saying that she was censored on Truth Social for no reason. Now, we can't confirm that that's true, what she's saying, but on the off chance it is true, isn't it rich that the ideology that despises free speech gets ticked off when they are the ones being silenced?
Yeah, I find it very interesting that she's coming out saying that Truth Social silenced her or suspended her account. I would definitely like to see her post a copy of that email proving that point. But, when it comes to censorship, that's a very sensitive topic when it comes to social media platforms. We've seen it not only with big tech, but we've also seen it with alternative platforms that are censoring people based on their ideologies and their ability to speak their mind. I know with FreeSpace, what we try to do with our Facebook/Instagram alternative platform that we have, we do not censor speech. We just make sure that no one's posting pornography or threatening to kill anyone. We try to keep it as simple as possible. But unfortunately, when you see ideology sneak in and maybe attacking the platform itself in some way, shape, or form, you may have some overzealous executives that may step in and try to stop that. Now, at Truth Social, I haven't seen that happen. I'm on Truth Social, even though I'm CEO of another, social media platform. But, it does happen, unfortunately. And if you are going to be touting yourself as a free speech platform, you need to live by those words.
Jason Miller, John Willis, gentlemen, thank you very much. Robust discussion. Really appreciate that. And in particular with the breaking news today about Musk's acquisition. Coming